It's the Therapeutic Drive-Thru. Let's talk Munchausen by Proxy and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. But first, can you tell me the celebrity who says that they were a victim of Munchausen by Proxy growing up? Anyone? Anyone? If you said Eminem, you are correct. Even wrote about it in his song, Cleaning Out My Closet, right? And if I remember right, that's the reason his mother sued him. So we will throw in allegedly at this point. Let's talk Munchausen by Proxy. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard, if you followed her story on Hulu or on Lifetime, you know, it was all the prison interviews, kind of documenting what happened with Gypsy Rose. Her mother suffered from Munchausen syndrome and basically caused Gypsy Rose, right, caused her to be sick in order to, you know, take her to the doctor. She had all these doctors believe it. They went on Make-A-Wish trips, you know, they were getting stuff from Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Just, it was crazy how many people that Gypsy Rose's mom duped in believing that her daughter was sick. Her dad even thought she had leukemia. It was absolutely crazy. She spent her life in a wheelchair even though she could walk, right? And so at one point she decides, you know, the only way out of this is to have my mother killed. Met a guy online, and that's ended up what happening. He spent his life in jail. She recently got out after serving almost 10 years for her part in that case. So Munchausen by Proxy. Sorry, moms, but guess what? You're more likely to be the one imposing sickness on your children. Why is that? Well, they say sometimes it's just a matter of attention, right? Because you're taking your sick child to the doctor, and then people start going, you're such a great parent. Oh, all the loving things you do for your kid who's sick, you just go out of your way, right? And they start, they eat that up. Sometimes it's done by an individual who is in the healthcare field because, right, they know all the terms, they know what people are looking for. And so they're able to kind of make it look like their child is sick. I mean, it's a form of child abuse because you have these individuals who will infect their IV line to make their kid have an infection. You know, they'll feed them laxatives. They'll give them stuff to cause, you know, them to throw up, you know, all of these things, you know, even threaten the child with action if they don't portray to be a certain way when they are at the doctor's office. It's a horrible thing for a child to have to go through. And they say there's about 1,000 cases of Munchausen by Proxy reported every year. That's with the 2.5 million child abuse cases, right? So that's about the margin that you're looking at, which 2.5 million child abuse cases, that's just blows your mind right there. 1,000 of those are Munchausen by Proxy. But I will mention that Munchausen by Proxy is now referred to as fictitious disorder imposed on another. They have kind of changed that name to more accurately represent what is going on in that situation. So it will be an interesting case to continue to follow Gypsy Rose to see what she does now that she is out of prison. So there you go. That's the Therapeutic Drive-Thru. Subscribe, like, sharing is caring.